Hey, so in today's video, I'll be going over exactly how you can take your online program or course that you've actually been thinking about doing, actually how to build it completely from A to Z in only 30 days. And I'm making this video for many reasons, but essentially in this video, I'll be going over the week by week exactly what you should be doing on a day-to-day basis to be able to launch in 30 days. A lot of people, why they don't do it is because they think it's going to take too much time. So I want to show you exactly how you could do it and how I've done it for other people as well in only 30 days, right? Super valuable video. If you're someone who, likes to work hard and wants to get this done quickly and you can do it, that 30 days is definitely possible. Now, am I recommending for everybody to do in 30 days? It could vary depending on your situation, but for certain people, this method is definitely a good way to go about it, right? So in 30 days, how you can have your entire online program. And now, if you don't know what an online program is, it's essentially just an educational offer, so a digital product that you would sell, right? And I've gone over what an online program or course specifically is in other videos, but essentially that's that, right? So I'm making this video because it's one of the main reasons why people procrastinate, specifically on the deliverables and actually on the day-to-day on actually what to do. This is something that I see a lot of people procrastinate about. And why is that? Well, they lack structure, organization, and overall clearness. They're not sure exactly how to go about things. They have a rough idea, but because they're not actually having any structure, they don't know exactly what to do on this specific week or that specific day. They're kind of just trying things out, and it just takes a lot of time in general overall. They get overwhelmed with the whole process. There's a lot of things that usually on someone's plate when they want to launch an online program or course. So you can easily get overwhelmed with the whole process and think to yourself, well, this is too much steps and too much things I have to do. And that kind of slows you down as well, right? And it stops people from even starting. One of the main reasons a lot of people do not start these programs or courses, which, they very much could, and they could make a lot of money from it, and they probably know as well they could make a lot of money from it, is simply because they don't think they have the time for it, right? And this is something in this video why exactly I'm making this video, because I want to show you if you just are structured and simply have a framework, you can actually do this quickly without wasting any time. And usually you can also do this while you're doing other things, right? So here's what I hear all the time, right? As someone who's in this industry, it helps people specifically launch their own online program or courses, right? I don't have the time, right? Like I just mentioned, a lot of people say that I don't have the time. I'm too busy with other things. Not right now. Like not right now is a good moment. Later on, this is usually a lie. Often later on, you'll be busy with your other projects. So might as well just get it started right now, right? Now isn't the best time. Kind of the same thing as not right now, but now exactly is not the best time because of X, because of Y. Is something I hear a lot as well. And the thing is, people have currently successful online offers by online programs that they're selling specifically and make a lot of money. I'll probably said this at the start. A lot of people do not think they have the time. They think it's too much work, so on and so forth. So, you're not alone thinking these kind of thoughts, but it's just a mindset shift that you have to do. And essentially in this video, I want to show you exactly how you can do that, right? But the thing is, when you realize that having your own online program or course that you would actually sell, right? Putting all the time, putting all the effort to actually doing it and, working hard essentially, you can have an online business that makes 10 to 30K plus per month, right? Depending on your audience, depending on how you do it, you can make obviously way more. You can have location freedom. You can pretty much work from anywhere you like. You can replace your job if you're busy with other projects. And those are the projects, maybe you have fun with them, but you don't necessarily want to be doing this. You can completely just replace the job. And this, I've seen this countless amount of times, people actually just, putting the effort, releasing their program, and it making enough money so they can replace their job and just do it full time, which is the best scenario for most people, right? And you can live off your passion, right? Usually when you create a course or a program about something, it's something that you've not only done for years or maybe months, but that maybe you're passionate about or you're really good at, or it's an industry that really resonates with you. So essentially you can just teach other people and you can live off your passion online, right? So it's really the best of worlds. That's why a lot of people do exactly that in this case scenario. And when you realize this, right, all the benefits that actually come with actually building and releasing and essentially just scaling your own offer on program or educational program, teaching other people what you know about. When you do realize this and all the benefits that come with it, this is where the smartest people realize that it's actually just a question of actually just getting started with the whole process, right? And I'll be going over how to actually build and get it ready in 30 days. But I do want to mention that you can take your time with it, right? Feel free to take more time because not all the courses and programs can be done in 30 days. Most of them actually don't be done in 30 days. I'm just giving you the game plan for specifically those people who, want to get out the way. They have a bunch of free time on their hands and they just want to get it over with, right? The structure for that. But if you want to take 60 days, 90 days, a bit more, it's fine as well, right? But the thing with that is you just have to keep in mind to be structured with it, right? And you can kind of take my week by week and just maybe, extend it and set small timelines as well, right? Super important to stay structured in the whole process because or else you're going to fall into the trap of just being overwhelmed and, like the things I mentioned later, right? Or else, like I mentioned, you'll fall back into the procrastinating phase, right? And that's really not what you want. So here's the exact 30-day plan from me, Adam, me presenting you this video, who is in the exact industry, right? And I do have to say this depends on a few things. How much time do you have to invest into it, right? How much time do you actually have on a weekly basis, on a daily basis to actually put towards it, right? This is a huge factor. Specifically if people who want to do this also have jobs or also have different things, have kids, whatever. It does really depend. What are you like in terms of hard work? Like, are you someone who's able to just sit at a desk and focus and get some work done, or are you just struggling with that, right? That also depends. Do you want to get a lunch as quickly as you can? That's another question. What resources need to be created and how organized do they have to be, right? What do you have to put in place? How do you have to reach out to get certain things built, or how do you get some help, stuff like that. Will you accept accountability from an external party, right? Do you have someone maybe who's in your circle of people who's just going to simply be accountable for you and push you in that way, right? This is another question. So let's get straight into the plan. So week 1, I've kind of labeled in colors so it's a bit easier for you to maybe follow. So as you can see, the very first 3 days, it's do any sort of audience analysis or market research and gather information for program and needs, right? Specifically who you will be selling to, specifically also if you have an audience or people that follow you, whatever. Super important to ask the right questions to that specific audience to get a bit of knowledge back, right? That can usually take 3 days. You can post a few stories. The information will start coming in. All right. And I want to also preface that all I'm showing you this is exactly what our steps is what we do, right? This is our service. So for the next 4 days, you can gather the information and build a course layout, right? Essentially, this is the modules, like how is it actually going to be structured? What are you going to talk about? And breaking that down in simple modules, right? And you can set up the accounts on Assets platform. So this isn't building the whole website or building the whole course platform. It's just getting set up, right? So getting, starting in your account or whatever that might be, right? So this is what you do in the very, very first week. Second week, you want to spend the 4 days to create assets for filming, right? This could be slides if you're doing a slide. This could be a board like me, what I'm doing right now. This could be, if you're not doing any specific assets, this is maybe like set up in your background and set up in exactly where you're going to film, stuff like that. Maybe a whiteboard you're going to have. So this is where you actually do that. That's for 4 days. And then the next 3 days is record and edit all content, right? You want to batch create. So specifically those 3 days you want to set up. In those 4 days in the yellow, you want to set up so when you do into those first 3 days of recording, you essentially have all you need to be able to just create and record absolutely everything, right? This can be a full day of filming if you want to do it just in one go, right? Week 3, you want to build the sales funnel. Essentially, it's super crucial to be able to sell your course. And essentially, if you have no idea how to sell, how to write it, how to actually create it, which platforms, you could actually just maybe try to find out yourself. Maybe watch a few YouTube videos and maybe your sales funnel will be fine or, borderline acceptable. Or you can pay someone to do it as well. You can find that or go through us as well if you want the whole service done, or just pay a random guide to do it as well. It's very attainable online. And you want to film and edit your VSL, which is video sales letter, and put that specifically on the website. Super important to have the right scripts and the right editing as well for the VSL, because the VSL is what's going to actually sell your course. So you want to spend 4 days doing that. If, again, you don't know how to do sales funnels and stuff like that and build them, it might take you a few more days, right? But then again, it really is up to you. So the next few days after that, it's implement all the videos and resources inside course platform and set up the hosting platform layout, right? So all the videos that you've done in the 3 day of hardcore recording and editing,
is going to be directly put inside this platform. So you want to just take all the videos and dump it inside the course platform, which is you can do that pretty quickly. But inside the course platform and hosting platform, whichever you choose, you can also just do the simple layout, which usually does not take much time. It's just putting a few titles, putting a few images. You can get that all set up, right? So that's week 3. And that's what it looks like, right? Maybe a bit more advanced in this one because you do have to know about these specific hosting platforms and the sales funnel websites, stuff like that. So week 3 is a bit more complicated for most people, but that's essentially what you have to do. So week 4 after that, you want to develop the marketing strategy. And as you can see, it's probably the longest thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of actually developing your marketing strategy. And that, what I mean by marketing strategy, is the actual, probably a content schedule. So exactly how much content you're going to post, the types of content, getting it just ready, getting a few videos filmed and prepared as well. That's going to be really important. Exactly how you're going to, market your online course or program. 2 days after that, it's just preparing the actual account layout. So if you're selling through your social medias, then you just want to prepare how that looks. There's specific bio techniques we use, and also the account and the highlights and everything like that. So prepare that as well, super important. And then the last 2 days here, the second to last 2 days, you can finalize everything and start the pre-launch strategies. And if you don't know what pre-launch strategies is, maybe I'll go over in another video, but essentially the pre-launch strategy is just warming up the people that want to buy, giving them maybe something free in exchange of a certain contact information. And then, doing these sort of emails and stuff like that. Again, just to have a really good launch. So that's really it. And then obviously the last day is to launch, right? So that's the final day of the 30-day, how to build the whole thing in 30 days. And the last day, you obviously launch it, right? So that's kind of it. But it is to keep in mind, you can only complete this if you have 30 days completely free, right? I'm not expecting you to do this if you have some other projects or a full-time job and be able to manage both, right? Obviously, that unrealistic. So this is more targeted towards people who have 30 days where they have nothing to do, right? If you don't have 30 days, you can find a way you can take off 30 days off work or off whatever and just concentrate on that and get it done. If not, you can create a similar, longer schedule with the same steps. So kind of all the same steps I've laid out, just kind of copy that and maybe just extend the days, extend the weeks, but keeping the same structure. And I want you to build a calendar and exactly just highlight the week. You could do this on a paper. Just highlight the week, what you're going to do, and stuff like that, right? That's really, really going to help you, and it's super important to do so. Make sure to allocate days of your week specific tasks, like I said, and stay on track. Super important to stay on track. Don't let it fall. Don't do some activities you were planning on to do certain days and then forget about them, and it's just going to carry on. You're just not going to get anywhere, right? And I want you to stay on track because I personally see way too often that people lack motivation because of, again, the overwhelming feeling, specifically when already they have started building their course, right? This isn't even people who just want to get into it. It's just people who are, accepted the fact that they want to do this and they've started, but they're just, again, always been feeling overwhelming with the whole process. People will procrastinate and always mention that they're too busy with other things, even though they said, I'm going to allocate this amount of time to do in this specific task. They still mention that they're too busy and they delay it to a time where they're more free, right? They even started to do it and they say, no, actually, I'm actually just going to do this later, right? And I see this too often, and I don't want that to happen to you, right? And if you're struggling with these, you simply have to put you back in the mindset of why you wanted to do it in the first place, right? And specifically for all these reasons below, right? Like I mentioned, a lot of revenue, location freedom, it's very fulfilling to do so. There's no long hours once you do have a launch and everything. It's semi-passive income, obviously, low capital to start, and high profit margins, right? So if you get back into that mindset of all the benefits that come with it, your procrastination or you're too busy or feeling overwhelmed is going to go away, and you're simply just going to work on it and get it done, right? And that's really what I wanted to do with this video, just help you more with the mindset side of things of just getting it done, right? So I wanted to end this video if you have any questions, to DM me on Instagram, particularly if it's about, the procrastination side of things, or if it's just getting help with the whole process. Specifically, we build, launch, and scale these online programs for people as well. We work with specific people as well. So people who are online and are skilled, that's who we work with personally. So we do not work with everybody. But if you're interested, definitely DM me on Instagram with any questions. I can help you out. And I can also give you some more free value and some more tips as well. So if that's of interest, again, DM me on Instagram. For the rest of you, I'll talk to you in another video.